Hey, Ross here with TrueCut CNC, and today I'm going to talk about different ways to make lines in Rhino 3D. It's this tool right here, upper left is the one we're going to use. And if, by the way, if the reason that these default to these specific tools is because these are the most common uh, tools to use. So you rarely ever have to drill down into these menus. We are because we're talking about the different tools. So we'll talk about the first one first, and this is creating a polyline. So we click on the tool, and when we click, it creates a start point and then an end point. And as we keep going, I'm just clicking the right mouse button, and it's just creating a polyline as we go, like that. When I get done, okay, I want to end it there. I'm going to hit the right mouse button. That ends the command. Okay, we'll delete that. Go on to the next one. And again, as with all these tools, I'm not going to talk about the ones that we're not going to use. So we'll talk about this tool. This is a line from midpoint. So what I'm going to do is click, and wherever I click, it's going to pull that line out from the center, like that. And as with any of these tools, I can go ahead and enter a dimension up here. So I can type in the end of the line. Right now, we'll say 2 inches. And you can see now it's constrained to that 2 inches from here to here. And I just click to end the command. So we'll get rid of that. The next one's going to be this one right here. This is a angled line. So this is pretty handy. So what you do is you click on the tool, and let's say that we have a line that we know needs to be 30 degrees. So we're going to click and drag a line up, and now it's asking us for a pivot angle up here at the command line. So we're going to go ahead and type in, we want it to go off to the right, so we're going to type in -30. So there's a 30-degree line. That's 30 degrees off the vertical. Now I can either drop a point, drag this out, and click to select the length, or I can just enter a length. So let's say I want that line 3 inches. Now it's constrained to 3 inches at 30 degrees. I left click, and it creates that line. Okay, we'll get rid of that. And the next tool we'll talk about is the perpendicular from curve. Okay, so, and that's why we have these visual aids set up. So we're going to click on, you notice as soon as I get close to the circle, it creates that line. So say we want to, I'm going to click, and that line is always going to be perfectly perpendicular 90 degrees to whatever I clicked on. Okay. The next one is going to be a line perpendicular to 2 curves. So the first one was perpendicular to a single curve. This one's perpendicular to 2 curves. So if I click on these 2 circles, it creates a line between them that's exactly perpendicular 90 degrees to both circles. Okay, we'll get rid of that. And the next one is going to be a line tangent to one and perpendicular to the other. Okay, so tangent means it's going to come off the side. Perpendicular again is 90 degrees. So we're going to go tangent to this one. Okay, and our line comes off tangent, and we're going to go, as soon as I get close to this one, it sticks at a 90-degree angle or perpendicular. Left click to end the command, and we have our line. Okay, we click delete. Next one is going to be a line tangent from a curve. This will be tangent from one curve. Okay, again, perpendicular is coming off 90 degrees, tangent is coming off at 180 degrees. Just like that. And the next tool is going to be line tangent to two curves, and this one's really useful. So I would put this one in your memory bank. I use this one all the time. So we're going to click on these two circles, and it creates a line between them. Then we click on these two click on the circles again on the other side. It creates another line. It looks kind of like a fan guard or a belt guard. That's what that's really useful for. Okay, so we'll get rid of those two. And let's see, the next one. That's it. That's all we're going to talk about with lines. I will go back and say one thing about this. I kind of showed you a belt guard, so I'm going to draw that belt guard again. And to complete this now, what we would do is select it and then use this trim tool right here. Okay, and we're going to trim this out right there, and that makes a complete complete part. So what I want to do after I trim it to make sure it's going to work right in SheetCam is I want to join it. So I'm going to hit join. If you look up here, I have 4 curves joined into one closed curve. I always want to see a closed curve. So anytime I build a composite image like this, I always want to join it and see a closed curve. Okay, if that had said if that had said 4 curves joined into one open curve, that's going to be a problem in SheetCam. In that case, I would need to come back and look at where possibly in here, or here, or here, or here, it didn't trim properly. So in the next video, we're going to talk about curves. This one right here.